Have you seen at this show, the military absolutely needs parachutes, and one of the best known and longest providing companies I think out there with the military parachutes has been Manly Butler's parachutes, or the Butler parachute system. Is that right, Manly?
Well, Butler Parachutes has been producing parachutes, one for me and the other, for 34 years and 2 wives. So, this is one of our latest variations on our emergency back parachute, and that was something I started building when I was at the University of Texas in the late 70s. And this particular model here is something that will eventually replace the Air Force BA-22 backpack, which has literally been around since the early 50s. This has a Cypress, military version of Cypress on it. We have a Cypress arming pin, regular ripcord, cape well, riser releases, and then we have an oxygen system over here. And this parachute is about 7 or 8 pounds lighter and a whole lot more comfortable than the one it's going to replace. So it will actually be something the crew members will be happy to wear instead of just tolerating. So this particular item is going to hit the market. I mean, it's ready. It's stuck in the Air Force procurement bureaucracy, but other than that, we're doing fine with it. This particular camo parachute over there.
There's a spin over there, Scotty, and we can have a look. That camo parachute.
That is the closest thing we have on display to our original parachute system, and that is harnesses the same, and it's a 2-pin, but the original was 3-pin. Other than that, it looks pretty much the same. We started building our own canopies in 1991 and came up with the bat sombrero slider, which is something you can see on that picture there. Came up with that in 98, and I have a patent on that. And we have 7 total parachutes under the TSO system with the slider, and we have done parachutes as small as I think about 12 feet in diameter and as big as about 80 feet in diameter.
That's big.
Using the same basic technology. One thing we've been doing for the past few years is getting more and more into selling to agencies that don't exist, with customers that don't have names. This is one of our products over here. This big black barrel is a training device that takes the place of what used to be assembled from cardboard, sonotube and plywood and sandbags and so forth. That particular item there is 30 inches wide and 60 inches tall, and that can weigh as much as 1,200 pounds. It's typically used at around 400 pounds for drop testing. The big advantage for our customer for that is you get to the ground, it's ready to go again.
Reusable.
Yeah, and so based on input from customers, we now have another version. We've been...
Looks like a stack-a-block system, kind of.
It is. We call it the Dreamsicle while we've been here, but it's 12-inch tall cylinders that are available in any combination you want, in any color, whatever you want. And that particular one is 24 by 60 inches, and so that's really the latest version of that sort of item, which the customer is interested in. We can build larger diameters, smaller diameters, and so forth. And then the parachute, the pack that actually designed to save the payload is, let's see, we have one over there, and that is designed to save the payload. If something goes bad on the main, then the jumper pulls the handle on the top, cuts that away, and then
Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Just for your information, we have 2 raffles for you coming up very shortly.
Go ahead and go, and we'll be fine getting through it.
okay.
And the second is going to be at Larsen and Busgard.
It's too loud. My girlfriend accuses me of being soft of hearing, but anyway, the parachute pack over there is designed to save the payload if there's something goes wrong with the main, which is essentially a tandem system, an oversized tandem system carrying this payload on the front instead of a passenger. And then if something goes wrong with the main or whatever, they can cut that away, cut the payload away, then they can go ahead and cut the main away. So then they're not stuck recovering a huge payload on reserve. Occasionally, when they have very tight space to work with, they will fly over top of the drop zone and cut it away and let it land in a tight area, and then they'll come back and land a main in the same area, but that's fairly uncommon for them to do that. So over here, basically, we make all types of emergency parachutes for pilots. That's where I started out doing this. But anyway, that's a seed parachute over there with the sheepskin on it. It's probably the most comfortable thing you can sit in the entire place. So if you want to try that out and get done here, you're welcome to do that. So,
I'd like to give that a shot.
Yeah, okay. You have any questions about our particular?
I think we pretty well got it, man. We've been talking to you pretty well each year here for the last few years and got an idea of what you have going on, but you're certainly one of the big players in this part of the business.
Well, I wish we were. Yeah, we're sitting here surrounded by the biggies, but we have a niche market that we try to serve where we don't really get into the build-to-print competition like Pioneer and Irvin and places and Mills Manufacturing are constantly cutting each other's throat to make 15% gross margin. I have no interest in doing that. It's not a lot of fun. It's very hard to make money. So we try to do smaller projects where we can make more money. So
certainly have you share the market. Well, Manly, thanks for taking a few minutes to chat with me again. It's always a pleasure to see you, sir.
Thank you for coming by, and we'll be glad to give you any information you need.
All right, let's say goodbye to those folks back at home.
Carry on.